everybody, this is Reno NV here at Maccabee Arms, and today we're talking shotguns. So, shotguns. People use them for hunting. Like this guy over here, that's an over and under, we use it for bird hunting. Clay shooting. People use them for home defense. People use them for collecting. People use them for whatever they want because this is America. America. So let's talk a bit about differences between shotguns and what people should do with the different types of shotguns. So basically what we have over here is the most common shotgun shell is the 12 gauge. The 12 gauge basically is built from a plastic casing that inside the plastic casing holds a bunch of little pellets. Sometimes you can hear it. Sometimes you'll have, some of them will have rifled slugs, like actually this guy over here. Actually, a rifled slug with a 12 gauge is equivalent to a 55 caliber slug. So that actually can cause a lot of damage. But with that said, a lot of people say, well, you don't need all those ARs and all of those handguns. Just use a shotgun. That will solve the problem. Wait. Who was it who said that? Oh, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe. Joe Biden. So he said that basically, why do you need all of this? You can just use a shotgun. So here's my question. What causes more damage, a shotgun or an AR? Well, if we need to think about it that way, and if we take an ammunition like this PDX over here, that has 1 ounce of rifle slug with 16 little BBs around it, what do you think is going to happen when I shoot this thing towards you? Big mess. Okay? So the whole concept of, shotguns versus ARs and everything else, a shotgun causes a lot more damage than an AR. The distance and the trajectory can travel as far as the AR round as the 223 or the 5.56, but it definitely has a lot of damage. Shotguns are a good way for home defense, although in my personal professional opinion I think that the shotguns are a bit too long to use in a home defense situation. In a home defense situation, a lot of times you have to go around corners, your hallway, doors, and they're a bit too long to do that. They are fun to shoot though. They make a lot of big holes. They may come in a lot of different configurations. So like I said, you can go from classic hunting to a little pump 20 gauge home defense. Pump means I load my rounds into the magazine tube. This is your magazine tube over here. And every time I want to load a new round, I put one in. I fire, I pump, I put it in, I fire, I pump, I put it in. So that's your pump shotgun. Now this year they came up with a new version of the pump shotguns, which are actually magazine fed. So you can actually load 10 shotgun shells into this magazine, load it up, and then it still uses the same idea of you fire, and every time after you fire, you have to pump a new round in. Okay, so that's a bit of a more modern tweak on the pump shotgun. Then you have the semi-automatics. This over here is a Beretta Tactical 301. So people use it usually for competition shooting, 3-gun competition, for hunting, so self-defense as well. This one will shoot over here a 3.5-inch Magnum shell, which is a pretty good size shell. Then we go to what we call the tactical versions. So we talked about home defense or about just being cool. This is the Keltec KSG 12 gauge shotgun. So this is a bullpup design. Bullpup design means that your barrel goes all the way through, but your mechanism of the trigger and the pistol grip is forward. So basically, you load your magazines are all the way back here, and you can load. You have 2 tubes with 7 rounds at each tube, total of 14 round capacity. And the same thing. I pump, I fire, pump, I fire, I pump, I fire. As you can see, it's very small, so to go around the corners, it's very easily to do. a very cool concept, futuristic concept that holds 14 rounds in the configuration. They also make a thing called the mini shells. The mini shells are basically mini slugs or double odds, which allows you to actually hold about 22 of those shotgun shells into this shotgun. So what do you think causes more damage, an AR-15 or one of these guys with 22 of these? You do the calculation. Just look at the size of the slug on this thing. Okay. Another cool player in the arena of the tactical shotguns is Kalashnikov USA. Basically, Kalashnikov, which is the name of the person who invented the AK-47, they did it basically an AK-47 platform that shoots 12-gauge shotgun. Detachable magazine. This one will hold 10 rounds. I know it looks big and nude, but it only holds 10 rounds. And everything operates like a AK-47. It is a semi-automatic shotgun. So as you can see, shotguns comes in many different ways, different calibers. You can get in a 410 shot shell. You can get it in a 20 gauge, which is probably the 410 to 20 gauge are going to be a lot more forgiving for the smaller frame people or for the females in the group that want to shoot. It's not going to be as abusive. And then of course the 12 gauge, which you definitely feel when you shoot it. It definitely has a lot of recoil to it. So when it comes to home defense and choosing a shotgun, if you want your wife, daughter, sister, mother to use it, I probably would not go with a 12 gauge shotgun. I would probably use a 20 gauge or a 410 just to make it a bit more less abusive to use, so they can actually shoot and train and be proficient with it. But for those of you who like to shoot things and blow things up, there's nothing like shooting a watermelon with a 12 gauge shotgun shell. There are a lot of options out there. So hopefully we shed some light about shotguns and how they work and the different types of shotguns. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by and ask us your questions. Once again, this is Sharon Oren at Maccabee Arms in Reno, Nevada, 2105 Kietzke Ln across from Reno Toyota. Keep your booger finger off the bang bang switch and stay safe.
Thank you for joining this week's episode of Education Friday. Please tune in next time to hear Sharon say,
"There's a reason why you're single."